Hello Met friends, Andang here, excited about some Transport Fever news. Today we found out that the release date for Transport Fever will be on November the 8th. That is less than a month away, which is just awesome. I can't wait for Transport Fever, especially after they released this gameplay footage that's a 15-minute video. I will have a link to this article in the description where you can watch this video. I highly recommend everybody does, but let's go ahead and take a bit of a look. You can see just the scale of the city and also the added detail. Look at this hotel, for example. How much extra additional detail there is on all these buildings. The cities look so much more realistic. It is just absolutely amazing. And throughout the video, it just looks like that the aerial photos that they show of the city, or aerial video they show of the cities, looks so much more realistic. As you can see here, the shape of the cities and the number of buildings per square block just looks so much more realistic and believable. And it's great to see. Really glad that they seem to have done a good job at least making this gameplay footage look really nice, and hopefully the game will look this nice as well. So if we move on along here, we can actually see them placing bus stations, and these bus stops actually showcase the area at which people will actually walk to them. So you can see he has the train station selected here, and so this whole area is how far people are willing to go that. So you can see that it doesn't cover the whole city, so you need additional bus stops put throughout the city so that people can actually go to the train station through the buses. So this added detail helps players to really be able to see how much of their city is actually covered by their transportation method instead of just guessing like we were before. So I think that is a nice touch. That's just a nice quality of life thing. Another thing I would like to point out is how clean this UI is. I mean, there's just a few things on the top. No longer is this big clunky UI, and on the bottom you can see it's nice streamlined, has a lot better just design in general, much more modern feel, and I really do like that. And later on they do show that you can actually change bus color to be able to match the route color. So you can change, I believe he said, individual buses or the buses of the entire line, which is fantastic and will allow you to very clearly see how your line is set up. So you'll know, okay, this bus line is the green colored buses, so they're this one, and then so you can visually see which lines are having issues through traffic and things like that. And so that's a huge quality of life change that is just really nice and adds extra customizability, because you could have like a company color, or you could do it per line, or whatever you want to do. Also, they showed how much easier it is to build rail lines. It is crazy how much faster this can actually go, as you can kind of see here, where they're just very easily being able to drag stuff. Throughout the video, they show, I mean, look, they're going through 1, 2, 3, 4 different roads there, which previously would have been extremely hard to do, and now they can just drag it through, and you can even get the double line right away. Fantastic. Rail placement seems to be so much more improved and just a much higher quality. Plus you can do these cross tracks that even cross over each other to make the X cross like that. Fantastic. Really glad that they've made all these kind of changes. It seems that it's just a much higher quality game. Also, the map size seems to maybe be larger than it was previously. We don't know how big of a map this is in the grand scale of the game, but it seems like cities have the potential to grow more, where they seem to be a bit more spread out, and the maps in general seem to be a bit larger, which makes sense. If they're going to be having air support and things like that, they need to be able to have these larger maps. And speaking of air support, let's actually take a look at this station, which is huge. Look, that is a train. That is the giant airport. It is just unreal how big that, I mean, those tiny specks are cars. This is a huge airport, actually the size of an airport, it seems, or at least fairly close compared to some other games' airports. And I know that from reading comments over at Train Fever and Transport Fever, and just in general in gaming, people really have issue when airports aren't the right size, and so it seems that Transport Fever is at least getting closer to that, which is very good as well. And they just show all sorts of stuff in this video. I'm just covering a few highlights. I recommend you check out the whole thing, and it's nice to finally see air travel as well. They did They did a brief overview of pretty much everything. There wasn't anything they went too much in depth to, but it was just a 15-minute video, and there are so many new features with Transport Fever that it's hard to, I don't think it would be possible to show them all in a video this length. So really excited at seeing more news as we approach the November 8th release date for Transport Fever. Hopefully all of you are excited as well. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again real soon for more content.